Alrighty, today we have an interesting tutorial where we'll be implementing some medical healthcare related stuff. That is, we'll be using Azure Language Service to extract clinical information, that is, medical entities and relationships from the records from the patients and the notes. So let me show you. These are our hands-on files, basically the command and code. So here in command and code file we got the test cases. So let me give you one example. Let's say there is the input prescribed medicine is 500 mg of paracetamol, which is taken every 6 hours. So the AI will understand or tell us what each term here. 500 mg of paracetamol, if you look, it is medication, right? It is a medicine, right? And here once every 6 hours, it means frequency, right? That is the time of the day, right? Whenever we visit a doctor, they tell us what medicine to take and how many hours or how many times a day we should take, the dosage and all, right? So that's how we'll be designing end-to-end architecture. If I show you the architecture diagram, this is the architecture diagram. We'll be building end-to-end .NET C#.NET application in Visual Studio to achieve this objective. So this is very useful in medical real life use cases. Let's build this application from the scratch. I have Azure portal here. So the language service comes under Azure AI service. I can search Azure AI service in the global search. I'll go here, Azure AI service. And here, if we scroll down a bit, we have the language service. Let's click on create. And here, let's click to continue to create your resource, default features. Next, let's select the resource group where our language service will reside. We can select the region. For us, East US is fine for us. Let's give a name for our medical language service app. Let's select the pricing tier. We'll go for S, that is 1K call per minute. And here let's check mark the responsible AI notice. We'll click on review and create. Let's hit the final button, that is create button, and let's wait till the deployment gets completed. Alright, our resource got deployed. I'll go to resource now. In the resource group, I'll navigate to my language service, which is this one, cloud medical service, which we created just now. Let's go here, and here under resource management, we have the keys and endpoints. We'll be requiring the keys and endpoints. So I have the command ready. Let me scroll up a bit. Here we go with the creation of environment variables. If you're using Windows, please use this. If you're into Mac OS, you'll be requiring this. So here, let me copy this and copy both. I'll paste in a notepad, and I'll be forming the keys as per here. Let me copy this. I'll paste it, delete this. We'll put the keys inside two double quotes, starting and ending. Please note this is there. And endpoint, if you see, it is somewhat here endpoint. Let's quickly replace this endpoint and put our own endpoint. Now we are good. Now we can I'll copy this. We need a command prompt to fire this. I'll press Windows R. Here we need to write CMD. I'll click on OK. So we are now in the command prompt. Let me fire this. So our environment variable is set for a language key now. Similarly, let me set for language endpoint. Let me quickly do it. Let's hit enter. So it says success, specified value was received. So this looks good, but there is one caution. Please make sure to double check the environment variables, because from my experience I have seen the language key and language endpoint sometimes might not be set. It might be taking the previous old values sometimes. So it's recommended you can change this language endpoint name to something else. That is another solution, but you need to change it in the code as well, the variable names. Otherwise, it's the best way to always cross check what language key system has taken. I'll hit enter, and if I check now, if you can see, right, actually this is my current language key, but it has taken older language key, right? And same will go for the endpoint as well. So how do we tackle this? It's you can close the command prompt. Again, I'll open it, and again let's fire this setx language key. So this I've seen from my experience, or you might even need to restart your computer, especially you using task manager. You need to restart explorer.exe, that is Windows Explorer. So that also helps. Basically restarting the computer helps in a nutshell. And so it says it's saved. Let me quickly do it. So let's hit enter, and now let's try to check what values it took this time. So this time, if you look, yeah, we got the correct values, right? 321. It starts with 321. Similarly, I'll check my language endpoint. Let me quickly verify it, because right, we got the correct endpoint because that's what we have set, right? Cloud medical service. So this is what system has taken. So I have shown you practically what problem we can get. So this is a very nice use case, because sometimes we might end up breaking our head what went wrong. From my experience, I have seen this, and this is very important, very, very important, because in Visual Studio your code will break and it won't work, and you'll think like everything looks good, but it's not. Why is it not working? So it's very good to like try to debug what can be the problem. So here we have seen one problem just now, right? And we have solved it as well. So I have the code here. So let's open Visual Studio, and I'll put the entire code there. So let's build everything from the scratch. I'll create new project. Please make sure to use Visual Studio 2022 or something. Please do not use Visual Studio Code, otherwise your interface will look something different and it will create unnecessary panic. So here we go. The C# console app. Please make sure the icon looks something like this, and here console app is mentioned. I'll select it, go to next. Let's give the project name. Now this looks good. I have given the name. Let's hit next, and here please make sure the framework is .NET 8.0. There are other versions as well. We'll go for LTS, that is 8.0. This looks good. We'll not check anything here. I'll click on create, and here we go. Please make sure to locate your solution search explorer or the solution explorer, and here under your project name, whatever you have configured, just right click here. You'll get manage NuGet packages. I'll click here. Let's go to browse tab, and here in the browse, let's search Azure AI text. I have got this. Please make sure there is a blue check mark here. I'll click here, and there are too many downloads as well, 4 point something million downloads. So please make sure you're installing this Azure AI Text Analytics. I'll click hit the install button. Let's hit I accept. So here we go. This is installed because uninstall button is there, right? So now we are good. I'll open program.cs. This will contain our logic for the entire medical application what we are building. So let's delete this because I have written the entire code here. I'll copy paste the entire code now. Let's hit Ctrl V. So here we go. we got the code. And if you remember, we haven't saved it yet. Always make sure to save it. The star mark is gone, that means it's saved. And if you remember, language key and language endpoint we have used previously. This one we have set previously using the environment variables. So this is done. Sometimes what happens, if the language key and language endpoints aren't correctly configured, sometimes we can even hard code here, but that is not the good practice, because we are passing parameters, right? It's always better to pass parameters instead of hard coding the keys, endpoints, those sensitive data, right? We don't want to like put our passwords, keys in the code so that it is visible for everyone, right? That is a bad practice in production cases. So this is how we handle for actual production cases where we pass variables. So this is the entire code, how it looks. I'll quickly show you. This is quite a self explanatory, but since this is the entire series is built on like no code, like no kind of so you don't need to worry about much about the code, because I have already done the homework for you. Still, if you're into .NET, you can definitely it will be plus point. So let's test the test cases what we have. Let's hit the our whatever app name you have given, it will be showing here. For me it's Cloud Guru with medical app. So let's hit the play button. Please make sure to turn off your antivirus or whitelist, anything you can do, otherwise it will block your application. It might detect malicious code as well. It won't detect malicious code, I mean pop-up will become, but it will go. Let's hit and let's test this app now. All right, here we go with the prompt. It will ask from medical text for analysis. We need to enter the medical text now. So we can let's give this input, and I'll paste here, hit enter. Let's check what Visual Studio does with this, what AI returns. Yeah, we got the output. Let's check. So the patient is diagnosed with hypertension and prescribed amlodipine 10 milligram daily. So here entity hypertension, it is a diagnosis, like it is a kind of disease, right? It has detected that the hypertension is a kind of disease. Then amlodipine, it is a kind of medicine name, that's what it's written, category medicine name. 10 mg is the dosage, it has detected how much quantity the medicine will the patient needs. Then goes the entity as daily. If you look here, daily, that is the frequency it has mentioned, right? So this is how it has detected. Now let's test for another one. So here incorrect or random input, right? If it is not related to a medical, let's hit any key to close here. I'll hit open Visual Studio again. I'll again hit this button. I'll just paste it here and hit enter. See the analysis result, there is no result because this is not a medical term. If we look here, it's asking for enter a medical text for analysis, right? I love eating pizza on weekends is not a medical term, so it hasn't returned any analysis results. So that's how intelligent our .NET program is. It is able to identify. Now let's try to run one more time with some different test keys maybe. So here we go with the multi-statement medical text. It has got 2 sentences. If you look, full stop, and after that another sentence. So let's see how it reacts. I'll let me copy one more time. I'll copy, paste it, I'll hit enter. Let's wait for a while, and here we go. So the analysis results, entity muscle soreness is there, it is symptom or sign. Then ibuprofen is a kind of medicine name, it EI is detected. 200 mg is the dosage or the quantity the patient should take, right? So that's how it goes. So let me explain you. If you're curious about learning a bit of C#.net, I'll explain you. If you see, using Azure, so Azure, it is the base name for Azure Software Development Kit. So these are basically, if you look the using part above and here the namespace, so these are libraries and namespace basically we call. First is, if you see, using system, so system is the base namespace for core.NET classes we use. And the most important part is Azure AI Text Analytics, remember, which we have installed using managed NuGets and all. This is the core functionality lies here, because it is the namespace for Azure Text Analytics client library, which helped us in this use case for healthcare text analysis. Then we have threading task here. Threading task is used for asynchronous programming. And we have system.collections generic here, so which is a namespace for collection types like list, which stores the text documents. All right, so that's what in a nutshell we have. Then too many things, language keys and language endpoint I have already mentioned, that we are passing this as variables, which we have set using command prompt as well. All right, so that's what it somewhat goes with the tutorial. I'll just open architecture diagram as a brush up. So here we go. We have deployed end-to-end architecture, configuring, creating everything from the scratch using Azure Portal and Visual Studio, where we have deployed our application, where we are whenever we give input related to medical field or any kind of medicinal stuff, AI will detect and tell us what it is, and it will give the breakdown. So that what it goes with this tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video.